there. So today I'm kind of spontaneously doing a different topic kind of than I normally do. So thanks for joining me. I am excited to talk about something that I'm just realizing is sort of a passion of mine at the moment, which is about being sensational over 60. Because the truth is that a lot of us start thinking negatively about aging and about how aging is kind of got a bad rep. And a lot of us try really hard to look young, including myself. I don't disagree with that. But it's really less about looking young than it is about feeling alive. So today's topic is being sensational after 60. And I picked that topic, hi Tony, because I was just thinking about how many of us don't feel sensational after 60, and what it is that it takes to be that, to feel sensational about our lives, even though we're heading into the sunset years, as they say. And not that I have a sunset plan, because I am planning to continue on this life for a few more decades, and continually feeling and being as sensational with those decades as well. But what I am seeing in my practice and among my friends and among, I think that's Glenn, I can't read. Chen, hi Chen. Thanks for watching, and I'm talking about being sensational over 60. It's a, hi Francis, really good to see you. Being over 60 is not necessarily a bad thing. It says after 60, what does it say? What are you saying? It's, hi Jerry, you young squirts have no sympathy. So over 60 is not a terrible thing. And I know I can remember feeling that the idea of being 40 was just this terrifying thing. One of the things that I've felt my whole life is that I was too old for this, or I was too old for that. And in my whole life, I've sort of thought, I've missed the opportunity. And I realize, hi Becky, that we've never lost the opportunity. It's never too late. Now, obviously, I'm never going to be a concert pianist, or I'm probably never going to be a rock star. But nevertheless, hi Becky, there are things I can do. There are still lots of things that I can and plan to do with the rest of my life, and that's part of my recognizing what it takes to be sensational over 60 is having a passion for your life and not sort of giving up. I see a lot of people, especially in marriages, where they sort of settle for this mediocrity, this low-grade depression because they're too afraid to move. And one of the things that people are afraid to move out of their comfort zone, and as a result they end up in this comfort zone that is not a happy place, that is not a sensational place. It doesn't make you feel good about who you are, what your life is. So the first thing that I want you to know about being sensational over 60 is to start with being willing to step out of your comfort zone. Do things that are not necessarily comfortable. Take risks. I'm not saying jump out of a bungee if that's not comfortable for you, but do find some things, thanks Becky, that make you uncomfortable, that stretch you, because you'll never be stretched, and you'll never have an opportunity to discover what you're capable of unless you stretch yourself beyond what feels comfortable. And for some people that's joining Toastmasters. For some people that's being willing to just go out and do things by yourself. For some people it's being willing to speak up about things that you haven't spoken up about before in your marriage. For some people it's about being willing to explore your sexuality. All of those things are things that if you are staying in the place that's comfortable, staying in the place that you've always been, you're not going to stretch yourself into being as sensational as you're capable of being. So that's the first thing. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone. Check out some things. Do some things that are a little bit scary. And I also think it's enormously important. The second thing is, hang on, I'm going to get my phone over here so I can keep track of my time. So I know I started late today, but so the other thing is to make sure that you take care of yourself physically. And that means, eating healthy. And we all know what eating healthy is. It doesn't mean you have to go hungry to eat healthy. In fact, I recommend that you don't necessarily go hungry, but eat the right foods. Eat salads and vegetables and foods that don't have a lot of sugar in them, and don't let food be the focus of your life. Find other ways to express yourself. Also, I think taking supplements is really important, because as we age, we sort of lose our capacity to metabolize sometimes. So sometimes we don't have the ability to metabolize the nutrients that we eat, given what's going on in our environment and our system. So one of the things that you can do is you can go to your doctor and ask for a micronutrient test. And if you get a micronutrient test, it will tell you what micronutrients that you are missing in your diet, and then you can take the supplements that you need to help you maintain the level of nutrition that you need to become and remain healthy and happy in your life. The other thing is, of course, is to make sure that you are finding some form of exercise. And it doesn't matter if it's just going for a walk in nature, or doing yoga, or going to the gym, or going swimming, but find, or Roomba, or whatever it is, find some way to, yes, a good stretch, Becky says. That's awesome. Absolutely. One of the most important things we can do as we get older is stretch. We lose flexibility, and hence stretching our muscles is so healthy. So find some ways to stretch physically and out there in the world. Stretch yourself. And so stretching, good nutrition, keeping yourself physically healthy, and adding those nutrients in that you might be missing in your diet. And I can't stress enough, fish oil. For those of you who have not ever been on fish oil, highly recommend that you get on fish oil. Hi, Donnie. Fish oil feeds your joints. It feeds it helps with allergies. It helps with brain function. It helps with heart function. There's so many different things that you can get help with. And so, stretch yourself, take some risks, stretch yourself physically, get yourself out there doing physical things, make sure that you eat right, make sure that you get the right kinds of exercise and stretch, get your body moving, and also work on balance. As we get older, we lose our balance. A lot of us suffer from vertigo as we get older, so the more you can work on keeping your balance, just practice standing on one foot, going back and forth from one foot to the other. So all of those things physically will keep you sensational as you age over 60. The other thing is that to be aware that how we look does matter. And I know, and I'm not talking about focusing on beauty above everything else. I'm really not talking about that. So Becky says, yeah, doctor says get fish oil for your eyes. Absolutely. Fish oil is huge, huge, huge. I'm also a proponent of other nutrient supplements, but just make sure that you find the ones that work for you. Oh my gosh, I got to tell you, for women especially, I found this thing called bovine colostrum, and you can get it through vitamin shops. There's lots of places you can get it, but it is an amazing thing. See my nails? For the first time in, I don't know, decades, I've actually got nails, and it's the only thing I've ever done that has actually helped me get fingernails back. So I have beautiful nails now, and it's bovine colostrum that has done that. The other benefit of bovine colostrum is that it builds your bones, which as we age, male and female alike, we need to build our bones. So that's another really great tip for those of you who are interested in healthy nails, healthy bones. So those are some of the Sensational Over 60 tips physically for you. So the other thing I want to talk about is taking care of your skin. Whether you're male or female, taking care of your skin is huge, because how we view ourselves makes a lot of difference for how we feel about ourselves. Because if we are looking in the mirror and liking what we see, we feel better about ourselves. And I have seen people who just walk around with this kind of negative, sad look on their face all the time. And I don't know that they are sad. It's just sort of the basis of their being that they sort of walk around with. And I think largely it's going to reflect how you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror and you see that. So find some ways to, let's see, what did Becky also, always, I'm a big skincare advocate, Becky says, yeah. And one of the ways that I have learned, and I'll share some of my skincare secrets with you, which I'm more than happy to have you submit them to me, tell me some more of your secrets, because I know there's plenty of things I don't know. But I've done some research about it, and what is Rosemary Pell? Why not eat fish 3 times a week instead of pills? Because you cannot possibly get as much, I do eat fish at least 3 times a week, by the way, but you can't get enough fish oil just eating fish alone. So taking the supplement is huge. Ask your doctor about that. I mean, there's a lot of fish oil that we need in order to keep our bodies really healthy today. And I know that there's a question about that, but I get it. So yes, eat fish, definitely. Highly suggest that. I do. I love fish. It's good for you, but also those supplements can just make such a big difference. But skincare, back to skincare. So I did some research, and a lot of the skincare products that you buy, the creams, the night creams, the moisturizers, etc., all have in them, or a lot of them will have in them certain things that are really good for your skin. But then you're paying a lot of price for the brand. You're paying a high price for that brand name. So what I suggest that you do, which is what I do, which is to get the serums by themselves. You can get hyaluronic acid. It's a beautiful skin rebuilder. Puts the moisture back in your skin. Also is, of course, retinol, which is basically vitamin A. And niacin serum, and vitamin C serum. Those 4 serums you can buy separately, and you can just use them on a daily basis on your skin, and then follow up with whatever favorite moisturizer you have. But you don't have to spend a lot of money to make a difference in how your skin looks. And I remember it was about 5 years ago, or 4 years ago, something like that. Whenever Becky Cooper says, drink lots of water. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Drink lots of water. That makes a huge difference. Not only in your skin, but in your overall body function. It's way better. Those serums, you can get them directly and use them every day. Makes a huge difference. A few years ago, when I was making Promises, the film that I produced with my then husband, I saw myself on camera and realized that I had not been taking care of my skin, and went, whoa, wait a second, I need to back up on that a little bit and see what I can do to improve the situation. So that's when I started using the serums, and people have been asking me, well, so what work did you get done? Who was the doctor that did your work? I'm like, I haven't had any work done. I've just taken care of my skin. So take care of your skin, make sure that you drink plenty of water, and all of those nutritional things that we talked about, which add up to just really good self-care. And the other thing that I think is really important is to deal with whatever psychological issues that you might have. If you have depression, if you have anxiety, if you have unresolved trauma, those things end up showing up on your face. They end up showing up in your body. They end up showing up in the form of illnesses. So if you really want to be sensational over 60, you have to address the old stuff that you haven't processed through. If you haven't processed through it, then you need to go back into therapy. Get into some kind of a situation where it's maybe a retreat where you can really deeply dig into it over a weekend, get into weekly therapy, whatever it is you need to do to address those issues, because that's going to release so much energy in your body. Because when we fight these things, when these things are stuffed into our body, it saps us of life, it saps us of our sensational self, it saps of us our ability to be present and to live our lives fully. Who else is here? Hi, Danny, and Rosemary Powell. Get plenty of sleep. I love that. Absolutely. Sleep is one of those things that we are culturally deprived. We are sleep deprived, and it causes us to gain weight. I don't know if you knew that, but if you're not getting enough sleep, you are also probably gaining weight, because studies have shown that if you don't sleep enough, then you end up eating more, and you end up gaining weight. So sleeping not only helps with your skin, it helps with your overall well-being, and it helps you not gain weight so much too. So yeah, so good sleep is really important. And if you're having trouble sleeping, I'm going to suggest a couple of things for you. One of them is mindfulness. So mindfulness is huge. Mindfulness is about, and Christy, I don't know if you're listening today, but mindfulness is a way of getting into your deeper self, a way of letting go of stress. And I'm not going to go through teaching a mindfulness process right now, but you can look that up. Christy, there she is. Not sleeping may be killing me. Absolutely, Christy. If you're not sleeping, we got to talk. We got to figure out how to help you get some sleep, because sleeping is critical to not only living long, but also feeling healthy. And so, get yourself to sleep at night. Some of the suggestions around sleep are, in your bedroom, don't do anything except sleep or make love in your bed. That's it. That's all you do. If you are watching television, if you're staying on your computer, if you're doing anything like that in your bed, stop it right now. Take that out of your bed. Also, looking at your computer screen before you go to sleep, whether it's your phone or your iPad or your television, at least a half an hour before you go to sleep, you need to not be on your device, because the studies have shown that the light that comes from our electronics will actually stimulate your brain into thinking that it's daytime and you need to be awake. So make sure that you keep your computer screens off at least a half an hour before you actually try to go to sleep. The second thing is to do the mindfulness as you go to sleep. Let's see, what is Rosemary saying? Becky Cooper said, my sleep is terrible. How do I feel about naps? Good, bad? I think naps are great, because anytime you can take a nap, if you have the time, it's a great way of renewing yourself. Now, they say that you shouldn't take more than about 15 minutes nap, but if you're really fatigued, go ahead and take as long a nap as you can, because if you're not getting enough sleep, you've got to make up for it somewhere. I would say that if you're not getting enough sleep, it's best to try to make up for that sleep by going to sleep early rather than sleeping in. Going to sleep earlier is a better quality sleep than you get from sleeping in. So if you're sleep deprived, get yourself to bed earlier, go mindful, and see if that will help you go to sleep. There are also a lot of really great YouTube videos that are hypnotic, and there are ones that are mindfulness based, and there are ones that are healing frequencies that can help get your brain to a place where it can settle. But all of those things, anything that you can do to help yourself sleep, is really important. Don't exercise right before you go to bed. Don't drink a lot of coffee in the evenings. Don't drink a lot of Coke or anything with caffeine in it, even tea, before you go to sleep, because those things will stimulate you and keep you from going to sleep. So I'm glad we're having this discussion about sleep. It's a huge part of being sensational at whatever age you are, because sleep makes you a more healthy person. Okay, what is Becky saying? Sorry, I have to put on my glasses because I can't read. Started using YouTube brain sounds. Yeah, that's very good. Also, those look up healing frequencies. They're awesome. Work great. So okay, physical, mental, emotional health. And if you have a spirituality, prayer is a wonderful way. And being in gratitude, learning to enjoy what you have rather than worrying about having things to enjoy. So learning to accept what is, and accept the gratitude for the fact that, that somebody said this to me the other day, which I thought was lovely, which is, if you are breathing, if you are walking around, you're alive, you've had your needs met. Your physical needs have been met. You have no reason to complain. So I woke up this morning. I am grateful. I woke up this morning and it's a beautiful day in Texas. Yes, it's a little hot. Yes, we've been having some crazy rain, but it's a beautiful day. I'm alive, and I have the opportunity to share my world with so many beautiful people, and I'm so excited that you guys are tuning in today and listening to this. So find things that you are passionate about. They say long-term studies of people who live longer lives, live more a life that where they feel good about their lives, are people who have passions. So have a passion about something, anything. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's feeding the homeless, if it's taking care of animals, if it's your family, whatever it is that you're passionate about, share that passion. Have that passion. Wake up and realize the gift of having that passion every day in your life, and make sure that you feed that passion a little bit every day. That is huge. Hi, Sam. Wow. So having passion is another piece of being sensational over 60 or over 50 or over 40 or at any age. Have that passion. And it will make a huge difference in not only how you experience your life, but what you are able to accomplish and how healthy you are overall. Because if you are passionate, you bring to you such exciting opportunities. It's surprising how things shift when you start having passion for your life. Okay, Rosemary. Happy people live longer. Absolutely. And how do you get to be happy? The biggest thing that makes a difference in me feeling happy personally is doing things to care for myself. Self-care. One of the gifts that I've given myself in this last few months is rolfing, which I never realized would be a gift. But rolfing is actually extremely deep, can be sometimes very painful type of massage, but it has actually done wonders, not just for my sense of well-being, but also physically for my body. I'm in so much less pain. I had fallen and hurt my shoulder, and nothing was seeming to relieve it. And he got in there and worked that out. No more pain in my shoulder. I was having pain in my hip. Got in there, worked that out. Still got a little pain left in my back, but we're working that out. It's just do things that are that take care of you. Going for walks, taking those mindful moments, eating well, taking time to be with friends, having an outlet for your passions, whatever they are. Those are all things that you can do to feed yourself, to make yourself be happy. And I want to share a little quick story before I stop about what I did this weekend, an adventure that I went on this weekend. I had nothing going on Saturday afternoon. There was going to be a market down in Deep Ellum I saw online, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to take the train, even though I haven't taken the train by myself ever. I took it a couple times, I think down to the fair, but I had never done this by myself. So I got on the train and went downtown and walked over to Deep Ellum and walked around in Deep Ellum a little bit, and then got back on, and it was more complicated than just getting on the train, because I also had to get on a shuttle to go from Victory Station over to the Deep Ellum area, and then I had to come back. I also had to get on a shuttle. Well, I got on the wrong one. I ended up at Mockingbird Station. And there was a movie that I've been wanting to see called Late Night. I thought, cool, I'll just step in and see if I can't watch this movie. Stepped in, watched the movie, saw the movie, went over to Trinity Hall and had dinner by myself, and it was right at sunset. It was beautiful. The wind was blowing, and I had a lovely time just there by myself, enjoying that moment and finding happiness in that moment. There was not one iota of wistfulness or unhappiness. I just felt good to be alive in that moment. So finding moments when you can just allow yourself to sit with what is and enjoy being alive. And then I got back on the train and went the total opposite direction of where I was supposed to be, and it was late by then. So by then, it was like I wind up in Plano at 10:30 when I'm supposed to be over in Carrollton, and the only way to get back was to take the train. an hour back in, and so it was going to be another couple of hours before I could get home. But that's okay. I met some interesting people on the train and had lots of opportunities to practice mindfulness, because it was a little scary for me to be on the train at midnight in Dallas, having never done that before, all by myself. So there were a lot of odd characters on the train, but nobody bothered me. I had a couple of sweet people talking to me. It was actually quite delightful, and I kept myself calm doing my mindfulness, and I definitely stretched outside of my comfort zone to do that. And in the end, I came back with my albums. I don't know if you saw that. I got some LPs that I can add to my collection. So those are really awesome ways to allow yourself to just enjoy the fact that you're alive still. A lot of people don't have the privilege of being over 60. In fact, I've lost 3 of my best friends. I've lost my brother, my mother, my father. I realize, I've been around long enough to realize that no day is promised to me. So every day that I can allow myself to be fully alive, fully in the moment, and realize that, honest to God, there's nothing to stress about. Nothing. Just allow yourself to be, and you can be sensational at whatever age you are. So let me see some more comments here. Rosemary, but I can only find myself the courage to do things by myself. Yes, doing things by yourself, obviously stretching outside of your comfort zone. Just do it. That's what I say. Just do it. Just go do something different by yourself. It'll make you feel better about yourself in the long run. Becky says, sounds like a good day. Yes, it was. It was a good day. Odd characters, LOL. Yes, indeed. But it was fun. I had some great conversations. Even talked to a lady about fish oil and cranberry juice. By the way, women, great idea to drink cranberry juice. There's one called Simply Organic. You can only get at, believe it or not, Walmart. No sugar, nothing else added. Really cool. Rosemary says, this is the first time I watch you. Oh, thanks, Rosemary. I'm so glad you did. All right, so I've got to tune off because I got to get back to work. But love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please share this. And you can find out more about me at melodybrooke.com. I also have a YouTube channel. But lately, I've mostly been posting on here because I love you guys. So thanks for tuning in. And I will be here next Monday. I guess I'm going to talk about cheating and what cheating is all about, and why people cheat next time. So if you're interested in that topic, I have a lot to say about that, having worked with couples for many, many years. And also you can look at my Melody Brooke LMFT page, and a lot of my other videos from past weeks are on there. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.